Welcome back to NextGen Motors, the channel where we dive deep into the most exciting and innovative cars shaping the future of performance, design, and engineering. Today we're going to explore one of the most fascinating new creations in the automotive world, a car that carries the weight of one of the most respected names in engineering and design. The Gordon Murray Automotive S1 LMA is not just another high-performance machine. It is a distillation of decades of knowledge, a car designed with a philosophy that rejects unnecessary bulk and complexity, instead embracing purity, lightness, and the joy of driving. This is a machine that embodies what it means to create a driver's car, and in this video we're going to take a full look at it, from its exterior details to its interior, from the performance that defines it to the pricing and exclusivity that make it one of the most desirable cars in the world, and finally our thoughts on what it represents in the broader context of the car industry. Exterior. From the moment you see the S1 LMA, you know this is not a car that plays by the usual hypercar rulebook. At the front, the design is sleek and disciplined. Slim LED headlights give the car a sharp, purposeful look without overcomplicating things. The bonnet slopes forward in a way that looks aerodynamic but also elegant, with air carefully guided over the surfaces instead of being disrupted by cluttered lines. The lower front end features a splitter that blends seamlessly with the body, working hard to generate downforce but never feeling exaggerated or oversized. The air intakes are integrated with surgical precision, each one placed where it is needed to feed the cooling systems or optimize airflow. Unlike many hypercars, nothing here feels decorative. Every crease, every cut, and every vent has a function. It's a front end that speaks not only of performance but of restraint, and that combination makes it striking in a completely different way compared to the flamboyance of other exotics. Walking along the side profile, the philosophy of lightness becomes even clearer. The car sits low and wide. It stands athletic without being oversized. The roof line is taut and flows smoothly toward the rear, while the sculpted doors cut deeply into the bodywork to channel air toward the mid-mounted engine. The sense of proportion is razor-sharp. This is not a car that relies on massive bodywork or swollen B-larges to look muscular. Instead, the S1 LMA is lean, toned, and tightly packaged. The wheels themselves are lightweight forged alloys wrapped in performance tires that were selected for balance rather than brute force width. This focus on unsprung weight is something Gordon Murray has always obsessed over, because every gram removed translates directly into sharper handling and more immediate response. The side skirts and intakes are shaped to work with the airflow rather than against it, making the profile feel like a continuous sculpture of motion. Even standing still, the S1 LMA looks like it is slicing through the air. Shift your view to the back and the personality becomes more aggressive. Thin LED tail lights stretch horizontally, giving the car width and presence without adding bulk. The exhaust outlets are mounted high, tucked neatly into the rear bodywork in a way that reduces weight and shortens piping, a decision that has clear motorsport inspiration. Below, the diffuser dominates, managing the flow of air as it exits from under the car, increasing stability while reducing turbulence. The overall rear design is clean, taut, and purposeful. There's no oversized wing or attention-seeking add-ons, just engineering purity expressed in design. The S1 LMA's rear end communicates power and agility without shouting, reminding us that aggression does not need to come at the cost of elegance. It's the kind of design that feels timeless, destined to look just as sharp 10 or 20 years from now as it is today. Interior. Step inside and the same philosophy carries over. The cabin is focused entirely on the driver. Gordon Murray has always believed that the driver should be at the center of the car's world, and the S1 LMA delivers that idea with perfection. The seats are lightweight carbon shells, designed for support during high-speed driving while avoiding every ounce of unnecessary weight. They're trimmed in Alcantara for grip and comfort but without the kind of padding or electric adjustability that adds bulk. The steering wheel is refreshingly simple, a perfectly sized round wheel designed for grip and feedback rather than doubling as a tech gadget. Behind it, a crisp and clear digital display presents only what the driver truly needs: revs, speed, and gear position. No clutter, no distractions. The pedals are positioned with absolute precision, lined up for natural use and especially for heel and toe downshifts, a detail that highlights the car's focus on serious driving. The rest of the cabin is finished in exposed carbon fiber, machined aluminum, and tactile switches that provide the kind of satisfying mechanical feel that digital screens simply cannot match. There are no oversized touch displays or infotainment gimmicks here. Instead, the cabin is a cockpit, designed to connect you to the car rather than isolate you from it. The soundproofing is minimal, intentionally allowing the engine to fill the cabin with its natural music. This is a place built not for luxury but for involvement, and that makes it incredibly special. Performance. Then there is the engine, the beating heart of the S1 LMA. At its core lies a bespoke naturally aspirated V12, developed to be light, compact, and one of the highest revving engines in any production car today. In an era dominated by turbochargers and hybrid systems, this power plant feels almost like a rebellion. It delivers power in a way that is immediate, linear, and intoxicating. The throttle response is razor sharp, and the soundtrack is unlike anything else, a spine-tingling wail that climbs higher and higher as the revs build. This is not an engine designed simply to put up big numbers, but to create an experience. It is paired to a lightweight manual gearbox, a rare and wonderful decision in today's world of paddle-shift automatics. That means every gear change is an event, every shift an act of involvement that deepens the bond between driver and machine. Performance figures are predictably outrageous, with acceleration from standstill to high speeds in just a few seconds and a top speed that places it squarely among the fastest cars in the world. But more than the numbers, what stands out is the way the car responds. Because of its obsessive lightweight construction, every input translates instantly. The steering is alive, the chassis communicative, the suspension tuned to deliver both control and feedback. The brakes are strong, confidence-inspiring, and tuned for feel rather than just brute stopping power. The S1 LMA feels like a car that is constantly in dialogue with its driver, alive in a way that heavy, overpowered hypercars simply cannot match. Of course, a car like this comes with exclusivity built into its DNA. Gordon Murray Automotive has no interest in mass production. The S1 LMA will be built in extremely limited numbers, ensuring that each one is not just rare but also deeply personal to its owner. That rarity immediately makes it one of the most collectible cars on the planet, and the price reflects that. With costs running well into the seven-figure range, the S1 LMA is priced in line with the most exclusive hypercars available today. But here's the difference: you're not just buying a car, you're buying a philosophy, a vision of what driving should be, and a machine crafted with an obsession for detail that money alone cannot replicate. For collectors, it is an investment. For drivers, it is an opportunity to experience one of the purest, most rewarding cars ever built. So where does the S1 LMA stand in the larger automotive landscape? It stands as a reminder that cars do not have to be heavy, overly complicated, or dominated by electronics to be extraordinary. A reminder that lightness, balance, and connection are timeless values. A reminder that driving is not about chasing the biggest numbers but about feeling every corner, every gear change, every note of an engine working at its peak. The Gordon Murray Automotive S1 LMA is not just a car. It is a statement, a philosophy expressed in carbon fiber, aluminum, and 12 screaming cylinders. For those fortunate enough to own one, it will be a treasure. For the rest of us, it stands as proof that cars like this can still exist, even in a world that seems to be moving in the opposite direction. That concludes our deep dive into the Gordon Murray Automotive S1 LMA. If you enjoyed this review and want more in-depth looks at the most exciting machines redefining performance, don't forget to subscribe to NextGen Motors, give this video a like, and join the conversation in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.